two things I want to start with.
No, I just want to say welcome to the SJ's podcast. I'm not sure what episode it is. Maybe episode almost close to 30.
I think it is 30.
Maybe. Yeah, it might be, honestly.
I legit think it's 30.
But if this is your first time listening, I'm Jake and this is
I'm Sam.
number one fan of absolutely hating Adidas and hating the guts out of Adidas till about 15 minutes ago, and he's just done the switch up. He's a big fan of Adidas now for some reason.
It's funny you say that because that's actually the thing one of the two things I was going to mention, yeah.
I've never met someone that passionately hated Adidas so much in my life up until about 4.5 minutes ago.
I've never hated Adidas.
Yeah.
I just wasn't a fan of them for a while, for my own sake.
Yeah, like, talk us through your relationship with Adidas. You know, are you on good terms?
Okay, you want to start? In 2017, I had a pair of Ultra Boosts I bought in Canada.
Which was a great shoe.
Up there, the comfiest shoe I've ever worn. Like, so comfy. And then, for some reason, I just did a backflip. And I was just like, they're too spongy. And then just went off Adidas for a while. And then, obviously, this year I've been running a lot more than I have in the last few years.
Yeah.
Or in my whole life. And, you know, running's become a bit of the norm. So, getting into running, as you get into running, you get into shoes. And just ordered my first pair of Adi Zeros.
Yeah, nice.
And they come today.
Yeah.
Well, they've actually been delivered, but we're just in the studio, so I haven't actually been home yet.
So, how'd you find it? Did you just find out about them recently, or anybody told you?
The Adi Zeros?
Yeah.
Just a couple of people. Yourself and Wesley Nadu. Probably the two that influenced me.
I remember basically about 8 months ago or so, you were getting a pair of sneakers, and I said if I was getting sneakers, I'd get the 80 Evo SLs. I reckon they're class. They're a class act. I think you said
No.
I think you said you wouldn't see them on my feet if I was dead 6 feet under or something like that.
I don't think I said that.
Right. Okay, get you. And then you decided to get New Balance fuel cells,
Which have done me good. Like the reason I went with New Balance is because of my foot shape. New Balance have always been good with me because they're not like, cause I've got a fat foot, so all their shoes are quite wide. So I know that I can go a size 5, 5.5, and the width will be perfect. Whereas in Adidas, I reckon I'll have to go size 6 just because of the width.
Yeah.
Which I'm low-key stressing about the Evo SLs, how they're going to fit if they're too tight.
People say that Adidas are notoriously narrow shoes, but I don't think so.
Yeah, but you got a narrow foot, eh?
I do, but like I've worn a bunch of different shoes, you know. I've felt ones that are quite wide. I think Nike are narrower than Adidas.
Well, I'll let you know tonight. I'll let you know next week.
Yeah, I got these Boston's 13s. Really nice. Like them. I like them.
And I'm actually contemplating getting them purely because Adidas have a 50% off sale on them today.
Yeah, anybody that buys runners, never buy them full price. There's always going to be a few patches in the year where you can actually get them at a good value price. For example, Black Friday. These Bostons are usually like $280 and you might get a pair, you might snag a pair for $130. So that is a bargain.
That's a good deal.
Don't fall into the trap. These shoes are not worth their full price.
No.
Inflation has gone up, skyrocketed sky high. So
yeah, $260 for a pair of shoes is a fair amount.
Everything. Inflation's hell annoying me. Even fucking how we were talking about Woolies. Our like local Woolies next to our gym has these gates now at the front. Essentially checks if you've got any stolen goods on you and doesn't let you through. They've done this because theft rates are sky high at Woolworths, but it just so happens to be the exact same time that Woolworths prices are sky high.
So expensive.
More expensive than they've ever been ever. So essentially what's happened is Woolworths put their prices so high that flow-on effect is that there's more stealing than ever. And so Woolworths thinks their philosophy is, how about instead of actually just trying to give people reasonable fucking costs for their food and groceries, let's spend the amount of money we could have saved them on some gates to stop them from stealing, because we are essentially stealing from them.
Well, they are stealing from us.
Well, honestly, they're stealing from us, but really they're fucking stealing from farmers.
Yeah, they've bend over farmers, eh?
I'm reading comments on like I saw a Facebook video the other day of a guy that bought 2 kilos of beef mince and like 2 knobs of butter. Do you call it a knob?
Slab?
Slab or knob. $70, and all these farmers are saying, we sell our fucking beef for $5 a kilo. Where's the other fucking $35
That's
or
fine.
whatever?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, that's cooked.
buy from your local farmers or any farmers that are ethical. You know,
You're gonna start doing that?
yeah, I'm in the works right now buy
Buying a
half
cow,
a cow, yeah.
Yeah, I should probably get my meat all from a butcher.
Half a cow already processed is $15 a kilo. I don't know how many kilos half a cow is. It's
Just need a freezer though.
yeah, working on it.
Yeah.
But there's big things happening, so watch this space.
But sorry, the other thing I wanted to mention is that I like your shirt, but it really reminds me of the New Orleans Pelicans logo.
Does it?
Yeah.
This is another one I got from Nepal. This is like a religious thing.
Yeah, it just looks like, not really, but low key does look like the New Orleans Pelicans logo.
You follow the Pels? You been following them recently?
No.
Yeah. I've not been following, but they're going okay, I think.
Zion.
Yeah, he dunked on Wemby the other day.
Jump.
Speaking of shoes, how has the running been?
Actually, really good.
Yeah,
Did my first 10K.
that's a class act, that.
Been consistently getting, so obviously a goal this year was to get 5K under 30 minutes. And I did that, but then I've done that also like 2 other times since then. And then now I consistently get around that 30-minute mark,
Yeah.
even if I'm feeling pretty shit. So that's the pace has improved heaps,
Yeah.
and just the overall conditioning has improved heaps.
Yeah, nice.
But like some days I really feel like if I play basketball and go for a run where like the legs are really heavy, I'm really starting to think that I need to do some like cardio that ain't
Some
running.
off-feet conditioning.
Yeah, off-feet cardio.
Yeah.
Like I really need to do that, but then running's just too good.
Yeah, it is.
Like I love the feeling of running. The other one is like I like riding. Like I just did that as like a easy cardio, because I can't be asked on cardio in the gym, and then I can't really be bothered going to the swimming pool.
Yeah.
Like swimming's probably the best one for me, but I just can't be asked.
Yeah, I went to the gym on Saturday night, about 8 p.m, 8:30 p.m. Did 45 minutes on the assault bike.
Oh, nice.
Fucking
Hated it.
killed. It
Yeah.
just killed. Like, so numbing. The whole time I wanted to get off.
Yeah, that's good though. 45 minutes. I'd do a assault bike if I could. Can't reach pedals.
I don't rate it. I really don't rate it. But
How about you? You've been running a bit.
yeah, but exactly like you said, I really need to diversify my cardio portfolio, because running is the best feeling, but it feels way better when your legs aren't banged up.
Yeah.
Like when your legs are banged up, it's a bit of a grind. When you're feeling fresh, there's no better feeling than just flying.
Especially if you're moving good.
Yeah, moving on that pavement, eh? Just
Yeah.
blazing the pavement up.
Yeah, it is good. And afterwards, like, especially like when it's a hard run and you're hell sweaty, and you're just like, you're just sitting there or cooling down and you just drench in sweat. It feels good.
Yeah, feels awesome. The other day we had to do something on like a Sunday. I can't remember what it was, and I only had not much time up my sleeve. I think you were doing something, so we didn't really have much time. You were at Rowdy's at the cafe, and so I quickly did a 5K.
Yeah.
And I've only been doing sprinting or long runs. I've not been doing anything in between. And that 5K reignited that in between work.
The passion for it.
Yeah, so I did the 1.6 Ks, the 1 mile test, and just to work out my programming and how to calculate my mass and my critical speed properly. So now I'm going to start doing like a fair bit of like running workouts, not long runs, but like actual workouts, like
Conditioning sessions.
Yeah, conditioning sessions.
Sick.
Did my first proper one last night, and it was really good. The calculations were really good because I felt absolutely schmick doing it.
That's good.
Yeah.
How'd you feel afterwards?
Great. It's critical speed, so it's meant to be like the last bit of the most work you can do still in an aerobic kind of condition, capacity. So you're meant to feel quite good after it, and I did. So that's probably a good indication that the distance was good, the time was pretty good. It was 85% of my mass, so
Nice.
I
What did you
didn't
actually
think
do?
I'd do that fast. Huh?
What did you actually do?
I did 2K warm up and then I did 6 reps of 800 meters on 320 or 315, 320.
Just at the local park?
Yeah, but the athletics park was taken, so I had to fucking run on the sidewalk around it.
Yeah, that's the mid thing about Rocco is that there's, like, if you want to do like a certain distance, like 800 meters, there's only really one spot for it. That's like where the grass ain't too thick.
Yeah.
Because I hate running on thick grass.
Today at the footy club, the grass was thick, eh?
Thick as
Thick. But yeah, I'm actually really keen to get stuck in and do the calculated workouts.
Sick. I actually need to probably get back into that too.
Yeah, you should. Most people don't. Most people just run and there's no like principles or philosophy behind what they're doing. But everybody, when they go to the gym, if you're not doing like, if you're not working alongside progressive overload, people will obviously question it.
Yeah, 100%.
Say it's dumb. But then when you run, like, that all gets thrown out the window. Yeah, you progressively overload, but really just time and distance. You don't actually work at specific. For example, with training with weights, you've got rep ranges, but then with running, people just do like.
Just a random distance.
Yeah, so.
Which isn't bad, like, if you don't really have. Like, you're just doing it for, like, cardio.
Yeah, but there's a lot of good runners out there that could be fucking way better runners.
Yeah.
Like, they're already elite as, but if they just did some good running workouts, yeah, they would be an elite.
Yeah. Oh, death. 100%. But the same as, I reckon that's same as low key, same as us with sprints. Purely because we're not actually timing our sprints.
Yeah.
Like obviously timing gates or whatever, they're pretty expensive, but I'd love to get some.
But like, timing gates are obviously the most.
Or just time ourselves.
Timing gates are the most elite way of timing your sprints, but it's simple timing. You can literally record.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just as soon as their foot or their body starts moving, just calculate how long it took from there to when they cross the line. That's the easiest way to measure sprinting, or like time sprinting.
We just need to record every time.
Yeah,
Or we could just get, how good time gates be?
It'd be unbelievable.
If you're a company that does timing gates and want to sponsor two fellas and their community that they have, just reach out.
Yeah, I would rather a bar measure, I don't know what you call it, a bar velocity measurer than timing gates.
Yeah, for in the gym.
Yeah, I would much rather that. So, yeah.
Well, get us one of them too.
I'd happily have either, but...
Well, I'm sure the company that sells them do both, so...
Yeah. But I'm keen to get into my running. But the legs are just heavy. Yeah.
I'm actually going to go for a run tomorrow now.
Yeah, I'm not. I went for mine this morning. I'll give it a rest, then maybe go on the weekend.
Nice.
But it's really hard to balance out the amount of running I want to do with the amount of gymming I want to do.
Plus sports.
I've got to make a sacrifice, but I don't want to.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing for the last 2 months.
Mm.
It is hard. Especially you if you're going to play footy.
So my speed sessions are just really low volume, super high intent, because I just don't need any excess volume because I'll just be too sore.
Yeah, no point.
Yeah, but it's really hard to juggle. Need 2 critical speed sessions, a long run, and a mass session in a week. So that's 4 running sessions.
Plus if you're doing a sprint.
And I'll do sprints once a week at least, basketball once a week. I've got to do agility work.
It's pretty hard.
Yeah.
You can add your agility and your pliers into your sprint session.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
With the right volume.
I think I might do 1 day velocity and then 1 day acceleration, but with like 1 or 2 sprints in there.
Yeah. Nice. We need to actually do some SJ's sprint program. Like, we should just map it out for the next 8 weeks.
Yeah, we should. We should time ourselves on Saturday or whenever we do it.
Yeah. Friday morning, eh?
Yep. This episode is powered by SJ's, training, community, and everything in between for only $1 a day. Check out our free 7-day trial now. Shin splints. Heaps of people have got them at the moment.
Aaron Titan.
Yeah.
Who else that we know?
Stifler.
Yeah.
Stifler's got them pretty bad. Dan had them.
I had them for a bit.
Yeah. With shin splints, they've come up from 2 reasons. excessive load. You've spiked your load randomly too much, or something has changed,
Yeah.
which is also increasing load.
Yeah.
You know, you won't get shin splints if you gradually increase your load. You know,
Yeah.
and so even if you haven't drastically increased your load, which you have if you've got shin splints, some people say like biomechanics play a role, which they can obviously, but vast majority of the time it's just overloaded.
Yeah, it's just a load.
And
100%.
even when it's a biomechanical issue, it's because you overloaded. But also something has changed too.
A prime example, not to harp on Aaron, but prime example, Aaron went away for 2 weeks, came back, played 3 games of basketball in 3 days, went for 2 runs and a sprint sesh, all within less than a week, and his shins were cooked.
Yeah, they'll get cranky.
Like, that's just like going from when he was away, he was just surfing, so he wasn't doing any running, and then he's come back and just drastically increased his load.
That's a very evident example of
Yeah.
how it works. Yeah,
And Aaron knew that. Like, he obviously knew straight away
Yeah.
why they were sore, but this is a prime example.
But he's a fitness guy. Like, we're fitness guys. We're like that old dog that like limps around everywhere, but as soon as you pull that ball out, they're sprinting and like they're gonna feel it. You'll feel it the next day, but you just
In the moment, he's kind of like, Aaron was like, he filled in for Friday basketball. He was like, nah, I'm not gonna play because my shins are sore. But it was like an hour before. He was like, nah, fuck, I'll play. And he's like, I'll just go easy. But then as soon as it starts, you just can't. If you love sports, you can't really help yourself.
yeah, you just can't.
And if you got that dog in you, you just go.
It'd be hell good if you got paid like millions of dollars to do the sport though as well, because then it's who cares.
Yeah, it's your job.
But then when you're paying like $12 for a social basketball game and you're gonna be in pain for the next 2 days,
And the refs are like S tier.
the refs are S tier.
I'm joking.
Oh, I was gonna say
They're like, yeah. No offense, great people.
they're fine, but yeah, look after us, eh? Yeah, so holistically looking at shin splints and how they kind of occur and something changes, we can list what changes, like distance of running, intensity of running, volume of running. They're the 3 obvious ones, which are just load management. But then you've got other things that you actually need to consider. If you do start getting shin splints and you're not quite sure, think about what you've done the last few weeks. Have you gotten a new pair of shoes? Possibility.
Yeah.
Have you changed the terrain that you're playing on? Like, have you started playing sports firstly, which is way more intense than running? You cop way more forces through your shins. Also, have you gone from running on like grass tracks to like concrete or like hardwood floor? This is also another thing that's going to...
Yeah, all the things that you might have done differently.
Yeah.
That could be having an effect.
Same with all of these overuse injuries, like tendinopathies as well. It can be something as simple as someone finishes their footy season and they transition from grass playing with footy boots to hardwood floor playing in basketball shoes, and just that can exacerbate like a patellar tendinopathy, quad tendinopathy, Achilles tendinopathy, something like that. So once you establish what the change was that actually brought up the shin splints or the overuse injury, then what you've got to do is decrease your load and figure out a way to manage that. So Aaron's case, played 3 games of basketball that week. You got to rest and drop to like 1 game of basketball a week. See how that goes. If it goes well, do that once, twice, then progress to 2. And if that goes well, you can progress to 3 over the space of 6 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, which isn't a long time. Next thing you know, you're playing 3 games a week fine.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, that's things to consider with shin splints.
It's funny because, like, obviously people in the gym, like you were talking about before with your, the plan with, like, everyone has a plan in the gym, but when it comes to cardio, they kind of just do anything. It's like, you don't go from 0 to 100 in the gym straight away. But then people that do cardio just go from 0 to 100 a lot of the time.
Yeah, me as well. Me guilty as well.
Yeah, it's easy. It's so easily done. But You just got to think about it.
Yeah, in the tub.
The one time I ever got shin splints was when I started doing interval training. And obviously, one was just load increase, but then two, the intensity was a lot quicker.
And even that's another thing with running, which is pretty interesting, is when you're calculating mass and programming mass running and stuff for people, if you're working with like elite athletes, you actually have to be, you can't just program anything to them. You got to figure out kind of how their body reacts to things and what they work off well. So you could have like interval short or long interval stuff, and an athlete will respond way better to one or the other. But then also an athlete might respond better to short intervals, but maybe they've got like bad tendinopathies in their legs, and then accelerating and decelerating 15 times is not going to help that in comparison to longer, more steady repetitions, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so you're meeting where they're at.
There's a lot of factors you need to consider. Like a lot of people are stuck, injured, upset that they can't do stuff. And then when you're in that position, you don't really have clarity with your thoughts. You need to just relax, chill, process it all, think about all the different variables, and then establish kind of the issue and how to manage that.
Yeah.
And if you need help, $1 a day, lads.
Just that.
But yeah. All right. What's one training belief you held for years that you now think is harmful?
You go first.
When I thought about this, my number one was just not using straps, because my whole philosophy for majority of my training career was that it's cheating. And anyone that lifted with straps, I was like, oh no, I didn't think, oh, that doesn't count or anything. I just thought for me, whatever I do in the gym, I want to be able to do outside the gym. So I don't want to be able, my thought process was I don't want to be able to lift 200 kilos in the gym, but then not be able to grab like something 120 kilos because my grip strength's not strong enough.
Yeah.
I've come to the realization that, especially because my hinge, back in the day, my grip strength it was all right, but I'd get to about 130, 140 kilos and my grip would be the limiting factor, and it would just fuck the lift up every time. Until that time you brought those wrist straps, and I went from doing 120 for like 8 to like 150 for 8, and I felt fine. Lit my hamstrings and my ass up. And that was like the light bulb moment where I thought, yeah, that was dumb of me to think that. That was actually quite harmful.
Especially if you're going for like strength and hypertrophy and there's no, like you're not training for a competition where you can't use straps.
Yeah.
Like just use the damn straps.
Oh, my philosophy now is I won't use straps unless I need straps.
Yeah.
Which is the philosophy everyone should have.
Yeah.
There still is a problem with just relying heavily on straps, because then you actually will have shit grip strength. So just go in with the philosophy or the thought process, if I can lift this without my grip being the limiting factor, lift it without straps. If your grip's going to be the limiting factor, use straps.
The thing I like to do with straps is do like, say I'm doing, I don't know, 3 or 4 sets, saying the first set where it's kind of like a warm up, but still pretty heavy, I won't use straps. But then as soon as I want it to go quite heavy, I'll use straps straight away.
Yeah.
Then that way, you're still improving your grip strength a bit. But then when you go really heavy, it's not going to let you down.
Yeah, I do the same. I also use wrist straps when I'm super fatigued.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, yeah, my grip strength is fucking knackered as. I just want to move this weight. So, yeah.
Especially if you're like, a prime example too, like, if you're a heavier person and like you want to do pull-ups, but I see a lot of heavy people, it's like a lot of muscle on them, and they'll just use straps and pull-ups. I never really thought to use straps and pull-ups, but it makes sense for people that are quite large, like because of all the muscle mass they have.
Yeah, definitely. It's a great tool. They're great tools. But
yeah.
What's yours?
Back in the day, like I always seen, particularly like powerlifters, seen them, their arch in a bench press. I used to always just think that's cheating. Just because I had no, obviously, concept of bench press and like the best technique behind it. But then now it's obviously great. Like if your goal is particularly just to lift as heavy as you can for 1 to 5 reps, setting up in that way is fine.
Yeah.
And one thing I really don't like is your ass coming off in a bench press.
Well,
I just don't like that at all.
I was just about to say, there's been 2 AFL clubs that have posted 2 massive PBs on bench. It was Reedy from Carlton and from Adelaide, Rochelle. And the main commonality between the 2 was that they fucking drove their ass up. So it was
so
a lot
high. But like,
a lot of hip dominance.
But like, they're obviously footy players. Like they don't need to be that technical with bench press. But still, I still don't respect it as much as someone was leaving their ass on.
I don't care if your ass comes up a little bit because you're using everything to drive that weight up.
Yeah.
But when your ass is like higher than your head, whatever.
Liam Reedy's one was, his ass was almost higher than like the bar.
Yeah.
Bar lockout.
But then you got to look at like what's their goal, what's their objective.
Yeah,
with the
100%.
lift. It's just to produce as much force as possible. It's not necessarily to isolate the pecs and anterior delts that much, I guess.
Someone actually asked us for the testing day, one of the young fellas that's coming.
What, if you're allowed to lift your ass?
Yeah, I said,
No, I don't give a shit.
I said, we don't care.
Yeah.
But I said, it's like whatever you sit with. And I was like, I just said, I prefer my ass to be on the bench.
Whatever helps them lift the weight the best, but I won't accept when their arch at the beginning is like a foot high and their arms are spread out almost the entire width of the bar and they just do like a 3 centimeter lift. I won't accept that. It's like a huge thing in Paralympics at the moment with a lot of dwarfs, like with their lockout. It's honestly like not kidding, like a centimeter. Yeah, don't rate that because that's just like that's really an ISO. Well, it's just shit. The shit thing that I don't like about it is that it ruins a rep for dwarfs doing bench press. Because the Paralympics post that, and it gets so much reach, and everyone's just like, "What the fuck? Like, what's the point of doing that?" Yeah, I think, I know there's every dwarf's different in regards to how straight their arms are and that, but still, like, the range of motion is taking the piss. People are taking the piss, but there will always be a pretty evident debate of range of motion. I see videos on Instagram where someone does a pretty heavy half squat and they're like, "Oh, I'm so happy I finally got my PB." 100 comments and 99 of them are like, "Oh, yeah, that's not even 1 rep." And it's know straight away. Yeah, but who cares, man? Yeah, no, exactly. But I'm saying, you know but there are people taking the piss, and that's why there's a bit of a grey area there. Yeah. I think that they should measure it with your arms somehow so that you have to do a certain amount of distance or something. Yeah. I think you can't be doing 1 centimeter benches. That's fucked. No. It's pulsing isometric. Yeah, it's fucked. Spotify Wrapped. Yeah, mine was pretty interesting. Yeah, mine was expected pretty much, but I was still shocked by a few things. Yeah. What was the most shock? Well, Beach House was number 1, quite clearly, which I listen to them so much. But I'm the 7,000th biggest listener of Beach House this year, which is pretty impressive. There's not 6,999 people in front of me. You think number 1? I reckon I'm in the top 100. Yeah, but I reckon people will just cheat it. But there's probably, I don't know, bots and shit out there. But also, my problem with Spotify is that I listen to the songs way more than it said I did. Because this year it didn't just come up with your most listened to songs, it came up how many times you listened to it. I listened to fucking Sophia by Clairo every day, maybe 3 times a day. And it said I listened to it like 132 times. I didn't. I listened to that song more than 400 times this last year. You reckon? Yeah, maybe not 400 for sure, but more than 365. So what I'm thinking is that if it's offline, it doesn't count.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, because
they wouldn't be able to get the data, would they?
Yeah, so
Yeah, maybe that.
not sure, but and same with Beach House. Mate, I listen to a lot of Beach House, but mine was can't remember where it was. I don't have my phone.
My number one was Suicide Boys, which was not a surprise. I actually remember because I smashed them from the start of the year. The first half of the year, I smashed them. And I knew straight away I was like, they're easily going to be my number one this year. So it wasn't a surprise. The surprise for me was Drake was in my top 5.
Same. Drake was 5th for me, and I listened to him a lot, but not that much.
Yeah, the only time I really listen to Drake is, obviously I listen to him a bit, but is when I'm with other people. I don't know, because I find Drake's pretty chill. You can listen to him with other people. A lot of people like him. Whereas I hardly listen to him one-on-one.
Yeah, he's really easy to listen to as well in a lot of settings, like you said. So when you're out with friends, really easy to listen to. When you're gymming, it's I'll just throw Drake on.
Or you're driving with mates, and you kind of want to please everyone, so you just chuck Drake on.
Yeah, I like him, but I don't think he was my 5th. But yeah, out of my top 10 songs, 7 of them are Beach House, and the top 20 is 17 or something.
Respect.
Radiohead made it in there. I'm happy about that. They're a class act. I'd love to see them live. Who else? I can't even remember. Claro. It went Beach House, Radiohead. No, it went Beach House, someone else, Claro, Radiohead, Drake. So
interesting top 5.
There's performative males out there that are just looking at me and thinking, how does this dude do it so effortlessly?
Yeah.
There's guys literally curating their Spotify every day of the year to try to replicate something similar.
What you did.
And mine's just off the cuff.
If you got to continue listening to what you've been listening to the last 2 weeks, would it be the same?
No, Tame Impala would
Up
be
there.
second. Beach House would be first. Tame Impala second. Radiohead third. That's all I can definitively say. I'm listening to Future a lot.
Nice.
Yeah. But yeah, what was besides Drake, anything else weird about yours?
I kind of forgot what the others were.
Yeah.
Everyone was kind of shocked though by mine.
Yeah, it was a bit of a fuckboy.
Yeah,
top 5.
It was a weird vibe, but I don't really care.
It's like you're fucking breaking into people's windshields and stealing their shit out their car at the train station.
Yeah.
Kind of fucking top 5 there.
Yeah, it was pretty whack, but oh well.
Yeah. Anybody that you're surprised didn't make it?
Nah, not really. When I seen it, I was like, kind of the only one I was surprised by was Drake.
Yeah.
So, none other really. But I do actually want to see Suicide Boys live.
Yeah, join the club of fucking everybody in the universe, mate. They just toured last year.
Yeah, we should went.
It was only Melbourne and Sydney. Yeah.
Dogs.
I had a few mates that went.
One of my clients went when he was living in Canada, went to see him in America. Oh. And he said it was unreal.
That would have been...
he said it was the best show that he's ever been to.
The shows are apparently insane. Apparently they're literally insane. Yeah, we have to go.
Yeah.
SJ's trip one time.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Austin, the strongest member at SJ's. You can be the second strongest member for $1 a day.
Newish segment, fact or cap. Does lifting weights as a kid before puberty stunt your growth?
Cap.
Hard out cap. Hard cap that I believed in when I was a kid.
Oh, did you?
Well, everyone told me that. And I was a fucking impressionable kid. I was like...
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 100%. I didn't get told that.
Didn't you? I got told that heaps, eh?
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
People believed it.
Believed it?
Yeah.
Well, I guess people wouldn't have said that to me because I can't really grow past my height. But
yeah. True. I'm not exactly sure. Oh, I don't want to butcher it. I should look it up. I'm not exactly sure about the origins of it. But from
it's the Japanese thing.
The Japanese study, basically...
Malnourished workers?
Pretty much.
Workers back in the day who were working labouring jobs that barely ate, I believe.
Yeah, so it's essentially, yeah, you're right. It was workers that were hell malnourished, and then they just were like, oh, they're doing resistance work, they're not growing tall, stunt your growth.
Just fearmonger.
I don't know when exactly this was, but it was like in the 60s or 70s, I think.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, definitely cap. The only thing I ever got told about strength training was that just not to do it. One, because I'm a dwarf, and for no reason, just because I was a dwarf. And two, that it would just make your health stiff.
Yeah, can be true. I mean, if you're a powerlifter, you'll get stiff as fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not. Personally speaking, though, I think that you shouldn't. Not that you shouldn't, but you don't need to lift weights at a really young age. Like, you just don't need to. There's nothing wrong with it.
No.
But an analogy I like to use for kids is think of like kids training performance as like a toothpaste that's almost finished, right? You know when you got toothpaste, it's like skinny to the bone, and you're like, fuck, how am I gonna squeeze anything out of here? But you still can squeeze a little bit out of it. And then you take extra care. Like when you've got a full toothpaste bar, you just slap on a shitload. But then when there's a little bit left, you're like really
Squeeze it out.
just lightly, like every time you're like just trying to get a little bit to try savor it. I think the exact same thing with kids. You want to try to squeeze out just a little bit to do the job. So you don't need to squeeze out a ton and like get kids deadlifting when they're 11, because they just don't need it. What you can do is get them doing like body weight work. Calisthenics is the perfect thing for kids, especially at a young age, because you'll get them really good at their body awareness and help them become familiar with the body they have and movements, and they don't need a massive stimulus to actually adapt to.
No, definitely not. But at the same time, if they want to do particular things, like it's fine to do it.
Yeah, there's no problem with doing anything.
No.
Yeah, it won't stunt your growth. If anything, your bones, tendons, ligaments form into what they will become before you're 16, 17 usually. So in saying that, you should do as much as possible to make them as strong and durable as possible before then, because once you're like 18, 20, your tendons are going to be like that forever. They're not going to grow bigger or stronger essentially. So that's why it's so important for kids to play, to jump, to sprint, to run, to climb, so that they form really strong joints, tendons, ligaments, and bones for when they're an adult. Because after 20, you're not improving those things, you're just kind of maintaining them. Yeah. So if you don't do that stuff when you're a kid, you're literally fucked.
Pretty much.
Yeah, quite literally. Yeah. So it's definitely cap. Do whatever, like, if kids want to do any sort of physical activity, they can. But just be aware of the toothpaste analogy. You don't have to do the best, most effective shit straight away. They don't need it.
No.
Yeah, that's just my humble opinion on that.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Over and unders.
Oh, great segment. See how quick I get it in. All right. We ready? Shout out Alex Connor. Hope you're enjoying the episode. Exercise. Curved running.
I never do it that much outside of sport, but I reckon it's severely underrated.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I actually want to start doing it. I know you've been mentioning a bit.
Literally watch Steph Curry play. It's just curve running. All he's doing is curve running the entire time. And then he just so happens to get to spots and get open shots for like people wear him like a literal glove, man. He is literally being ridden like a horse the entire game, and he still manages to get into those positions.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Because he's got some unbelievable curved running. So easy to set screens for him.
Yeah, he's a freak.
So yeah, nobody practices curve running. So if you start practicing it and you can actually emulate it in a game setting.
Yeah, if you're an athlete, particularly basketball.
Yeah, you'll get fouled hard all the time. People won't be able to stop you.
Sport, race walking, or like Olympic walking.
No, it's overrated. Yeah,
Overrated, but I respect the technical side of things.
Yeah, I mean, I respect anybody that does any sort of physical activity and tries to perform to the best of their abilities, but that is one that I reckon is probably a bit overrated. I don't think anybody rates it. So
I never watched
I don't
it.
think it's overrated because I haven't heard a lot of people saying, "Oh,
Yeah,
fucking
that's good.
walking's sick, man. Like I want to grow up and become a walker."
Random exercise tier list.
Oh, you saw fucking Ben Yanis's post recently, hey?
I didn't actually watch it, but no, it was more because yesterday I went on Instagram and fucking Jeff Nippard
Oh yeah.
did a video on side delts, and I was like, I'm fucking sick of these tier list videos.
I'm low key tired of him.
Jeff or
Yeah.
Ben or both.
No, Jeff. Not in like a negative way, but like when his content comes up, I'm like, yeah.
That was actually the first video of his that I've actually like watched in a while.
Yeah. I actually like it, but yeah, it gets a little bit overused. It's good. It's good. Like it's good for people that aren't very knowledgeable to go.
It's good for. I just get sick of the people that like when it's like a okay exercise, people and then they just like say it's shit.
Yeah. Well, one thing I didn't like in his video was he was talking about the machine shoulder press, and he said, I didn't really like this one because I thought it hit anterior delts, but then when we did the test, I saw it hit lateral delts heaps, and I was like, so this like that's him. He's a science-based lifter. He lifts according to the science. But at the same time, it's like, brother, you couldn't even feel your delts, and you already established your opinion on it that you didn't like it for that reason.
Yeah.
And then this test showing you that it activated your side delts more persuaded you to change your mind, like so quickly.
Yeah.
Just completely dismissing the fact that he didn't like
the
feeling of it, which a couple good bodybuilders out there that just went purely off feeling, obviously did a lot of gear, but worked purely off feeling, and they had pretty big side delts.
Ronnie Coleman.
Yeah, Ronnie Coleman. But no, it's fine, give people information. I like it because it weeds out the shit for people, but I don't like it because people don't experiment.
Yeah.
And the way you experiment, the way you get good at shit is by experimenting. And some people literally might not like the seated shoulder press machine. And then when they see they might not even try it, but they see his video. They might see Jeff Nippard's video and they might go, oh yeah, fuck yeah, I'm going to start doing that. And it might feel shit and they hate it, but they're like, oh, but this is science-based lifting. Yeah.
That's the only thing I don't like about it is that it's obviously comes back down to the viewer too. Like, don't be fooled by, they say it's a D tier exercise, but you genuinely love it. You keep progressing with it. Like, don't just be fooled by that and stop doing it because someone says that it's shit.
Yeah. But then, like, a lot of people say exercises are shit and that you should never do them. Angus Bradley says you should never do. I don't know if he says you should never do it, but he says he shits on isometrics for core all the time.
Oh yeah, he hates them.
And like, if you're a beginner,
he does say that they're fine.
Yeah.
But too many people just stick with them.
Yeah, that's fair enough because there is that stigma about them. I don't know what made core like that specifically, but it's always historically been thought of as like
an ab circuit.
Yeah.
Or like a 5-minute ab circuit.
But at the same time, someone will see that and they'll go like, oh, fuck that, I'm not doing planks ever again. And it's like, what if you're a beginner, planks are a great way to like progress and get like a bit of positive mentality about the gym and stuff like that as well.
100%.
Yeah. It's a bit of a dog-eat-dog society / world social media at the moment. You need clicks, and so you got to say shit that will get you clicks. So yeah, what was the tier list? Probably slightly overrated. Depends who it is. It's context dependent.
Yeah.
All right. Would you rather have to shave your eyebrows off once every 5 years whenever you want, or Mike Tyson once a month just fucking uppercuts the shit out of your guts, like full, like rounds up uppercut hell hard.
I have to shave my eyebrows.
Once every 5 years?
Yeah, that's easy. Fuck that, I'm not getting fucked up by Mike Tyson. I'll get cooked.
It's just one punch.
Yeah, but isn't
He's
it
not like flaring you. He's
just
hitting,
once?
hitting you once.
And that's it? Or is it once a month?
Once every half year.
Yeah, nah, eyebrows. Any day of the week. You'd probably fucking break a rib of mine.
I'd do the opposite. I would get hit by him probably. Once every 6 months.
Yeah, nah. What, you like your eyebrows?
I don't shave them off ever for a reason. Yeah, I like them. Do you
Every
like
5
yours?
years, though. Yeah, there's whatever.
Well, shave them off then. I'll give you $200 if you shave both your eyebrows right now. So you like them then, don't you?
No.
So why don't you shave them off? You like $500?
You said 200.
How about 5 to shave both your eyebrows off?
Nah, because I don't want 500 of your dollars.
So wait, I'm kind of under the impression that you like your eyebrows.
No, I just don't want you to give me $500.
No, that doesn't make sense.
No,
You know that
it
doesn't
does.
make sense either.
It does. I'm a nice guy. I don't want you to give me $500.
Bro, just admit it, cuz. Admit you like your eyebrows.
I don't know, who's someone fucking with a lot of money that we don't know?
Jeff Bezos.
If he said, I'll give you $500 right now, but yeah, easy. But as a mate, I don't want
If I organise someone to give you $500 to shave your eyebrows, would you do it?
Sure.
You want to shake on it? If I can organise someone.
How long does it take to grow back?
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, I don't want to shake on it just now.
Why? If you
I'll
don't,
think
if you
about
don't
it.
give a shit about your
If I
eyebrows,
can
who
research
fucking
it.
cares, lad?
If I see how long it takes for them to grow back.
Why though? You don't like him. You don't give a shit about it.
No, there's whatever. There's like,
$500.
no, I'm not shaking on it.
Okay.
Because I need to look into it. Plus, I don't know how long it will take. Like, who's going to do it?
All right. Question time. If you ever want to ask us a question, feel free to reach out, DM us, or comment on the podcast. First one, BigTajsty with a J.
Oh, shout out Taj Pinker.
Yeah, Taj Pinger, there you go. Question is, I want to start running more. What's the best way to build up my stamina?
Obviously, just be consistent with it. Number one, easiest way to do it. And then, kind of how we mentioned it before, not just going for a run, like change up how you're running. You can do intervals. And then another one is just doing other bits of cardio, like off-feet cardio. That's where it's just a bit easier for you. It might be harder mentally, but on the body, if your body's a bit banged up, probably 3 though, I'd say. That comes straight to my head.
Yeah, nice. I would just say fucking consistency, yeah, but just start slow.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I would just run. I wouldn't even fucking do all the other shit. I would just run.
But consistency is the biggest one.
Yeah, but start slow and easy. Like you're not in a race firstly. You want to build endurance, stamina, so longer duration type stuff. Find something that you can do that's not actually that difficult that you can build up some time for, and then just slowly build on that. So if you're really deconditioned, sometimes I'll program like 1 minute jog, 1 minute walk, 10 reps for people.
Yeah.
And if people really struggle to jog even, just fast walk 1 minute,
Depending
slow
where you're at.
walk or rest for a minute. Do whatever you can that doesn't actually stress the body that badly. And then you've got wiggle room where you can start to like kind of pinch into and figure out where you're at. Because you might do something, say you go for like a 3 kilometer run and the next day you recover really, really well, the body feels good. And then you go, okay, next time I'm going to do a 6K. And then the 6K you pull up really sore, recovery's bad, you obviously overshot. So then from those 2 runs, you can kind of establish like, oh, I can do a 4K 2-3 times a week and recover really well from it. And then that's where the consistency comes in. And you just slowly start to chip away, add a bit more volume. Then like you said, start to mix it up a bit, some longer runs, some shorter, faster stuff. And yeah, you'll set yourself up over like an 8 to 12 week period.
You can improve heaps.
People say, for marathons, I guess it's different, but people say you need to train for like half a year to start like getting pretty good at your running, or at least like competent. You don't,
No,
you
you
don't
don't
really
need
need
much,
to. Like
no.
8 to 12 weeks is actually quite,
Yeah, you can see huge gains. In
a
that.
decent time to go from like rubbish distance and times and stuff like that to actually getting some pretty good
Decent
distance and times under your belt.
Another thing with it, like to help with the consistency, is choose like a method or style that you like, whether it's a certain distance or duration. So you could just set yourself like 20 minutes, and then in that 20 minutes, just see how far you can run, and the next time try to beat it. Like
Yeah.
setting yourself little targets that work for you, that's gonna make you be consistent. Because that's what's worked for me personally. With like I've just tried to get better at my 5K time, and that's made me run once, twice a week the last 6 months.
Yeah, no, that is a good shout. And also another thing, if you are worried about not improving like objectively that much, just go off time. So don't even think about Ks. Just say, today I'm going for 15. Once I start feeling good for 15 minutes, I'll do 20. From there, I'll do 30 minutes. And then you don't necessarily have to worry about the mileage you're actually putting up, but more so the time on your feet, because the time on your feet is what really matters when you want to build endurance and stamina.
Yeah.
And then once you're running like 30, 40 minutes, then feel free to look at the kilometers. You'll be fine.
But obviously, depending on what works best for you, because everyone will be different.
Yeah.
Some people want to go by kilometers. Some people want to go by time.
Yeah.
So just work what's best for
just
you.
if you're disheartened by kilometers, then do time. But also if you're disheartened by time, then just set a kilometer goal and try to reach it.
Yeah. Another one is like something's always better than nothing. So if you've only got like 15, 20 minutes to fit something in, like just go for a run. That's gonna help. It's gonna help you in some way.
Yeah, studies show specifically with running. I was talking to Ramsden about it. That time on feet is the barometer. Like that's what moves the needle. So even if you're not doing like super high quality work, if you're getting loads of time like on your feet, then it really helps drastically with running. Essentially, the more you run, the better you'll get at it. And that's where programming comes in handy, good programming. But nonetheless, low level work, a lot of it, you'll improve drastically. Question 2. Oh, I don't know who asked this question. Would love to hear about how to introduce weights to first time teenage lifters, like a parent's guide to helping teens. We'll make one. I'll make one. But for now, let's just talk about it.
Well, we've touched on what you said earlier.
Yeah.
Which is great info. Number one for me is just make it fun. Like, any way, obviously, that's suitable for that teen, and obviously depending on their goals, but just make it so that every time they're coming into the session, like they're keen to train, they want to progress in any way of whatever exercise they're doing. Like group training for teens, I think is really good because you can make it real gamey.
Gamify the shit out
Like
of it.
you can make it, yes, especially at the start, like warm ups, and like they won't even know that they're training.
That is a really good statement. You want to make it like so they don't even. If they didn't even realize they're training, but they're training and they're just having loads of fun, you will get kids that want to lift, that would love to lift.
Yeah, so true. And I think doing it in group environments, like very good.
Yeah.
Like I see
With friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see who does it really good in Rockham is AJ Smith at Smith Fitness. He does like a teen programming or some shit. And he makes like a real gamifies everything. And it just looks fun for the kids. So if you can do it in a group, I think it'd be really worthwhile. If you can't, just choose things that they want to progress with.
Yeah, don't force them. Like, for example, if a kid doesn't want to squat or deadlift, like, you don't have to force them to squat or deadlift because they don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Or figure out a way to make them do it that's not actually the traditional squat or deadlift.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you force them to do something they don't want to do, I mean, when I was a kid, if I got forced to do something I didn't want to do, it didn't matter because I loved it. I was just fucking loved the gym. But a lot of kids might not necessarily be the same as that. So you got to make sure that they really like it. So for example, you want, it's a guide to introducing it to them as well. You just want to cover the bases of like a push, pull, squat, hinge and press. And so say if they don't want to do a back squat, that's completely fine. They don't have to. But there's loads of different variables that they can do. They can do like a rear foot elevated split squat. They can do a lunge.
Goblet squat.
Goblet squat. There's loads of different ways that you can load them in that squatting position. Just find one that they like.
Yeah.
Yeah, figure out. You just got to figure out what they like and what makes them happy and get them to do that.
Yeah. And because you want to build trust and confidence in them, because like, if they, like you said, didn't want to do a certain lift, but then you introduce them to one exercise that they like, and they build trust and confidence in you, then maybe down the line you could like go back to a certain exercise, and then because they have that trust and they're like, oh yeah, let's do it.
I really loved doing back when I first got to the gym, back and legs.
Like machines, like
I used to
lat pull downs.
really look forward to coming and doing it, and that's kind of shaped me today as well. So that's just an example of me.
Yeah, nice.
Question 3. Does altitude actually affect your fitness as much as people say? Yeah.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, it does.
You'll be able to talk from experience here recently.
Yep, just did the 15 days of trekking in the Himalayas. Yeah, after you get to a certain... Basically, the higher up you are, the thinner the air is, which is obviously harder to regulate in your body and oxidize. So essentially, you'll get to a point, usually people say it's 1 mile in the sky is where you start to kind of get the adverse effects of altitude sickness. If you're unfamiliar with it, for example, me, not really. It probably takes me 2,900 or 3,000 meters to kind of feel the adverse effects.
Just feel the difference of it.
But essentially, stuff's just way harder. Your breathing rate just like goes through the roof. It's just super challenging. And so does it affect your fitness? It definitely affects your performance for sure, but it also affects your fitness because essentially when you're dealing with that less quality oxygen, your body has to produce way more red blood cells to oxidate it properly. And that gets you super fit.
Yeah.
Like the heart starts pumping more, obviously makes the capillaries, everything in there healthier. And so if you want to get super, super fit, especially with like endurance stuff, go up like 4,000 meters in the sky, train for like 2 or 3 weeks, and then come down and you will be fitter. But the problem is you need to maintain that. So if you go and do high altitude training for at least 2 weeks, because if you don't do it for 2 weeks, the effects won't continue for long. Kind of have to do 2 weeks or more to get like actual adaptations. When you come down, you got to keep that cardio up because then you will actually kind of maintain the physiological changes that you've had from adaptation. Yeah.
So you've said that obviously has to be 1 mile, like 1.6 k's.
Well, I don't think anybody gets any adverse effects that's under 1 mile.
So it's funny because back in the day, they don't do it now, but Freo and Eagles used to go down south.
Oh, I remember you saying that, yeah.
I remember like 5-10 years ago, you used to see like training camps, how they went down to Albany, Bluff Knoll.
Yeah.
But it's not even that hard. So which makes sense because they're obviously not doing it. Like I never see it anymore.
I mean, someone might. Yeah. Like maybe people do get it at 1 kilometre in the sky because Bluff Knoll's 1,000 metres high or whatever, 1,100. But nah, it wouldn't make any meaningful changes.
Wouldn't do a huge difference, yeah.
But you really, like I got pretty bad altitude sickness on my trip and it was pretty hard to trek some parts, especially when I was over like 4,500 metres.
Heavy breathing?
Yeah, but I was really fit when I came back, really fucking fit. So, yeah, honestly, if someone came to me or an athlete and said, I want to get my cardio and stamina up like super high, I would send them straight to the mountains and just train for like 3 or 4 weeks.
What mountains?
I'd want them to be over 3,000 meters. So probably Nepal, because for example, in Western Europe, you have stuff that's over 3,000 meters, but it's like the top of a fucking mountain. So you can't really train on it.
Yeah.
Whereas in Nepal, you're like almost 4,000 meters high, and there's like roads and shit.
With villages and that, eh?
Yeah, so like I was doing hill sprints. Like you can go for runs.
Like that's so foreign for us.
Yeah,
From people from WA.
so foreign for me. Like
To think of mountains and you're 4,000 meters high and there's a full village and roads and shit.
the highest I ever went before this trip was 3,980, and this village was the same height, and it had a road on it, and I did hill sprints.
Yeah, that's cool.
But when I did those hill sprints, I couldn't recover my breathing back to normal for
Yeah, for ages, eh? When you're walking back.
maybe like 5 minutes. It took me to just like start breathing normally again. Really, the effects are crazy.
Is that what you noticed the most compared to like the actual when you were doing the run, or did you notice it when you were running too a fair bit?
The shorter stuff wasn't that bad, but the last couple were like 200 meter sprints and really felt it. Yeah.
If you're unsure what we're talking about, just go to our YouTube channel.
Yeah, there's a video and I did some hill sprints.
Yeah.
But what was I going to say? You also got to be careful when you get to altitude, because if you just go 0 to 100, you'll get hell sick. Yeah, you got to acclimatise.
Yeah, you got to treat it with respect.
But I would love to go to like Nepal, maybe Pakistan if they've got roads and stuff that high.
What would be cool is we could do this as a video or study. We test our VO2 max, like say now, go away for around a month, like do high altitude training for a bit, come back and then test it.
Oh, it'd be insane.
That'd be sick.
You get stupidly fit.
Wish Mitch
Stupidly
Corville
fit.
was still in WA.
Yeah, we'll have to go visit him in Melbourne and do it. So yeah, long story short, it affects your fitness as much as people say. There's a plethora of benefits from going and doing high altitude training.
Good questions. Good questions today.
Great questions. Great questions. And on that note, that's a wrap.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was a pleasure. Everyone's favourite podcast, powered by everybody's favourite community, SJ's community.
The least you can do is give this a like on YouTube, 5 stars on Spotify. If you're some people like Mandy who listen on Apple Podcasts, I think you can give it a review. But yeah, that's the least you can do. Or also share it to a mate.
Yeah, if you like this or liked any of the information or thought any of the information could be good for any friends or family, send it to them. Couldn't hurt. Helps us a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah, help us lose less money every time we do one of these videos. Take care of yourself. Godspeed. Thanks. Yeah, thanks. Yeah. That was